Hey everyone, it's Minty, and in this video it's almost like a collaboration, but it's with my sister, and I'm going to be redrawing some of her art in my style. She likes to draw a lot of characters as well, so I had a lot to choose from, but the first one that stood out to me was this cute girl that's eating some pancakes. She drew this about a month ago, I think, so it's still fairly recent. She also added some speech bubbles, which definitely adds some personality, and she even named the character Angie. I had a little bit of trouble getting the expression to look right because she's supposed to be looking down at the pancakes, but my first sketch ended up looking a bit more cross-eyed. I fixed it, kind of, but I think that my sister's version looked better in that aspect. Another thing that I struggled a little bit with was sketching out the arms because I had to encounter one of the most common artist nightmares, which is foreshortening. Now, if you don't know what foreshortening is, it's basically drawing something but with an illusion of depth. I'll put a few examples up because I'm not really sure how to explain it. I also didn't have a reference for the arms apart from my sister's drawings, and it would have helped. I could have made my own and took a picture of myself holding some books or something to copy the arms in that, but I forgot that I could do that and I just went for it. I think it looks alright though, as long as you don't stare at it too long. Everything was going fine until I messed up the eyes. As you can see, there's some blue ink that's outside of the lines and it looks really messy. I didn't stress out though, I just grabbed another marker and started colouring the skin, hoping that the blue would get covered up, and while it's still kind of visible, colouring over the top definitely helped, and by the end of the drawing it's barely even noticeable. I ended up giving her some light freckles just to cover it up even more, and while that wasn't part of the original character design, it definitely helped to cover up that mistake, and my sister said that it was fine. My sister is also going to be redrawing my art in a video, so that's probably going to be on my other channel, Minty Turtle. If you don't know about it, it's a channel where my siblings upload videos, mainly about art as well, but there's a lot of other stuff too. So yeah, she's probably going to be uploading that video in a couple of days, so I'll let you know when it's out so you can see how she did redrawing my art. Right now, I'm colouring the hair of this character Angie. She has a side ponytail with mainly brown hair, but with a streak of pink in it. It reminds me of one of my OCs, Audrey the Mermaid. My sister said that she didn't realise the hair was similar, which of course is fine, plus her version had more of a bright pink streak, whereas my character has more of a rosy pink. At first, the marker that I used to colour the hair was a lot lighter than it was supposed to be, because my darker browns are running out since I use them a lot, not only for skin and hair but also clothes. I'm thinking of buying some more markers. I'll be getting a hoo-hoo since they have worked really well for me, but I'm not sure which set I'll get. I'll get brush markers because those are my favourite types, but I don't know how many I'll get and which colours. I might get the skin tone set because that has a lot of browns and also really light skin tones, which I'm also running out of, but then again I have some markers which are running out, like greys and yellows, so I could just get a big set, but obviously that's a lot more money, so I'll have to think about it. It's finally sprinkle time. I made certain to include every single colour of the rainbow, and I'm sure Mariah Elizabeth would be very happy with that decision. I think that it looks really good. I've never actually had sprinkles on a pancake, or whipped cream either, but I see it a lot in TV shows, and I guess it would taste good because sprinkles, you can never go wrong with those. I did make a mistake though with the sprinkles, which was making them circles instead of the regular sprinkle shape. I barely even noticed that I did that, but my sister thought it made a huge difference. I made sure not to do that with the dress though, because you'll see later on that the dress has sprinkles too, well, a sprinkle pattern, and I made sure to make them the right shape and not just polka dots. Colouring the pancakes was really satisfying though, and it was super easy. All I did was colour with a darker colour for the top of the pancake, and then the sides had a lighter colour, and it really defined the pancakes individually, even though all I was doing was lines of colour. I was so tempted to add some syrup dripping down the pancakes, but that wasn't part of the original design, so I couldn't really add it. As a way of fixing up the eyes, I added a lot of highlights to distract from the fact that the eyes were out of the lines that I drew, and it kind of helped to hide the mess, but it also looks like she's crying for some reason because adding too much highlights makes it look kind of wet. So yeah, she looks like she's crying, but either way she is smiling, so it could be tears of joy. Looking at this drawing for so long while doing the voiceover is kind of making me hungry. Now it's time to colour the dress. The dress is supposed to be this sky blue sort of colour. It's really pastel and light, which I do have in my marker set. Luckily, most of the colours I was able to match really well to my sister's drawing. She does have a different set of markers. She has touch 5s, I'm pretty sure, and I did do a comparison of them on my channel, so if you're interested in that, you could go look, but it is kind of an old video, so I'm not sure if you want to see that. I'm not sure if I said it in the last video, but thank you so much for 7,000 subscribers. It honestly means a lot, especially because I took a break and my whole channel was going downhill, but now that I'm back and consistent, I think that my content has improved and you guys seem to enjoy it a lot more, probably because I use my voice now, but I've also switched from editing on iMovie to Vilo for any of you who are wondering. I would definitely recommend it for anyone who needs an editing app because it has a lot of features. Hopefully you notice some of the new editing that I've added into this video, and let me know if you like it. But yeah, thanks for all the support recently. I wouldn't be able to do this without all of you who watch my videos. I get that I've been working on this drawing for quite a while now, but I actually have another one to do in the later portion of the never mind. Sorry about that, but sometimes I just like to keep in my little mistakes of the voiceover in my videos, because if you guys struggle with the voiceover, then you should know that I do too. I just retake everything a million times. And the drawing is almost done. I'm just colouring in the dress. The skirt took ages to do because of all the little layers, but it came out well in the end. At first, it wasn't blended very well, but once I added the sprinkles, it kind of covered up all the mess. That's a little hack for you guys. Just like I added freckles onto the face to hide some of the mess, if you ever have some bad blending or you've just got colour everywhere that's not supposed to be there, all you have to do is just add some random pattern on top or freckles like on the face. Anything works. Just don't be afraid to add more on top. Don't overdo it, but it usually works out. I did this drawing right in the middle of my sketchbook page, so there wasn't really room for another one on the side unless I did it pretty small, which I didn't want to do. And I wasn't sure about a background because I am redrawing my sister's art and I didn't want to add in a background that wasn't originally there. So all I did was add a sprinkle pattern in the background, and it was really quick to do because I just went through each colour of the rainbow and added lines everywhere, and this is how it looks compared to my sister's version. Let me know if you think I did a good job. There are some things which are different, but overall I do like the result and I love the original one because otherwise I would not have made this drawing. My favourite part of this is probably the pancakes because they just look so delicious. Okay, now we're already on to the next one. This one is actually a drawing of my sister's OC, Elsie Winters. It's quite a new OC, so she's only drawn it twice, and she's still working on the elements of backstory and personality, so I can't really tell you much about that, but yeah, she has this amazing purple hair and her eyes are turquoise, which I think is really cool, and she has 2 braids in her hair, just like my OC Olive, but she has 2 strands at the front, which definitely adds a cute touch. At first I made one of the braids way too short, but she actually has hair that goes down to her waist, so I made sure to extend it after that. I didn't have time to do a full body drawing, so I just did a headshot, which I think is fine, especially since I'm not sure what Elsie's main outfit is. I know that in one of the drawings it was her wearing PJs, the other one was like going out clothes, so I assume it would be the going out clothes that I would put her in, but I wasn't sure and I just wanted to draw the face and focus on it because of the purple hair and the turquoise eyes. I realised that the hair is purple and that's kind of the problem because I have mentioned it before, Ohuhu doesn't have a huge variety of purples. I only have really dark ones and really light ones, so that doesn't really help with blending, and sadly Elsie's hair was like the middle tone, so it was really hard to get. But then I realised that I actually have a purple Copic marker. I don't have many I don't have many Copics, but luckily purple is one of them and I always forget that I have this marker. So yeah, it really helped with the mid-tone. I managed to get the hair right. I felt like the hair was missing something and I really wanted to add sparkles with a white gel pen, and I didn't do that because, well, it didn't really make sense. Why would I add sparkles? I have no idea why I even felt like it needed sparkles, but to this day I still think that it needs sparkles, but I didn't add them because it's not part of the original drawing. But I just feel like purple hair and sparkles go together. I don't know, makes no sense. I think that I got the skin colour right as well, or at least I got the freckles right. She has freckles all over her and I think that it's a nice touch. My only issue with this drawing is like the proportions of the face. I can't put my finger on it and why it bothers me. I feel like it's because it's too boring. I don't know, that's kind of mean to say about this drawing that I made, but the facial proportions, when I sketched them out, they just seemed so perfect and like had no personality. I don't know what it is, or maybe it's the fact that it looks so different to my sister's style that, I don't know, it just doesn't look like Elsie Winters in my opinion, but I still like it as a drawing, I guess. Everything that I just said probably makes no sense to you because I was just waffling. I gave her a turquoise-y coloured background. It was more on the blue side, I think, but anyway, I'd made that a circle circle around her just to make her stand out a little bit more. Not like there's anything else on the page, but I'll probably add some stuff in later, and I always like to do a circle in the background. So I did that, and it was looking a little bit streaky, so I covered that up with some Posca, and I did these lines like going out. I like to do that a lot with my drawings. Even though I was only doing the headshot, I made sure to color all of her hair so that I could show how long it is, because I think that's quite an important part of her character design. And yeah, this is the finished result, and comparing it side by side, I like both drawings. I really love her design. Sorry about the quick end to the video, but here are the shout outs and the shout out emoji. Bye!